Deputy Taylor Hiatt of Johnson County Sheriff's Office. I've been here for a little under a year and a half, so not too long, and I'm currently assigned to the Communications Division. Prior to the Sheriff's Office, first I graduated from Kansas State University, got my degree. After college, I decided I wanted to move abroad, so I actually moved abroad to Spain for a year, teaching English, and I loved it a lot. I wanted to go back, but it didn't work out. And kind of mastered my Spanish there a little bit, so I'm fluent, but not completely. And after that, I came back. I was a waitress, I was a bartender. Then I worked for the city of Olathe as a customer service representative in their utilities department. I just kind of was there for about 2.5 years, and then I was at the Sheriff's Office then. Well, while I was working for the city of Olathe, I had a friend who recommended it to me, and I kind of thought it was a crazy idea because I had never really thought about going into law enforcement. But he just encouraged me to apply because I wanted a change. I liked doing public service, but I knew I wanted to do something a little bit more. So he just convinced me. I ended up applying, going through the process, and kind of ended up here by chance. So Communications Division, I really like it. It's really challenging, but my favorite part about it is just connecting with people, whether that be taking 911 calls, doing non-emergency calls, calls for service. We get to talk to a lot of other officers. We dispatch for so many different agencies, not just Johnson County Sheriff's Office, and just making connections with them, talking with them, chatting with the public, and it's probably one of my favorite parts, just connecting with people overall. Words of advice. Since I've been here for such a short time, I don't think I have a ton of advice, but I guess one of the biggest things would just be to keep an open mind. There's so many different opportunities within the Sheriff's Department. You can really do a lot of different things in your career. Also, just come to work really hard, learn a lot, and you'll enjoy it. The hardest part. I would say the hardest part about dispatch was the training. I think I kind of underestimated it. I had heard things about it. I knew it was 16 weeks long. I went into dispatch right out of the academy, so I'd already been training for 16 weeks, and I just didn't really know what to expect. But it was really challenging. It was, I had to learn a lot in a short period of time, and I had to talk to a lot of people and learn how to use the radio and learn how to take calls for service over the phone and learn how to handle 911 calls, and you just kind of have to get into a good groove of what questions do you ask and how do you ask them. And so for me it would be the training. I think it was really challenging. I loved it. I loved to learn, but I was pretty happy when it was over and I got to be on my own finally. So. Well, since I'm on midnights, I like to try to go to the pool in the summer, kind of get some sun, so not normally staying it all the time. And I usually just try to hang out with my family, hang out with my friends, see people outside of work. I like to go to the gym, just Netflix, kind of just relax and turn my mind off for a little bit, because at work I kind of think a lot, and so it's kind of nice to go home and just relax in general. So. Something that I guess it's not a secret. Some people know it about me, I guess not the whole world, but I will say that I am adopted. So when I was 8 years old, I went into foster care. It was April 21st, 2000, and I was paired with one of my sisters, and we were in the system for 6 years. And the family that we had been with decided they, loved us too much to let us go, so they decided to adopt us. We actually got adopted on April 21st, 2006. So 6 years exactly, and I had a great childhood and grew up here in Olathe, and here I am now. Yeah, so that is something that I am passionate about. I try to continue to volunteer and kind of advocate for it, and it's something really important to me that happened in my life, and I'm very proud of it. My mom actually works for a nonprofit. It's called Foster Adopt Connect. It's an advocacy agency for foster and adoptive parents. And kind of one thing that we do together, she teaches classes for future foster and adoptive parents so they can get their license. And during that, I think it's about 8-10 weeks or so, but we'll go at some point and kind of do a panel together, and we'll just kind of let the group ask her and I questions about our experience and how we felt about it, and that way they can have the opportunity to ask questions that normally you can't ask, but it's in a safe environment, it's in a comfortable environment, and it's kind of one of my favorite things that we do together. I love doing it, so yeah. I'm Deputy Taylor Hiatt, and I am the Johnson County Sheriff's Office.